I'm Wendy Perdue, Dean and Professor of Law at the University of Richmond School of Law, and I'm here to unpack the recent case of Franchise Tax Board versus Hyatt. I'm going to try and do it in under 2 minutes. An important principle of American jurisprudence is the concept of what's called stare decisis. That's Latin for stand by the decision, and reflects the idea that once an issue's been decided, we ought to treat the matter as settled. Stare decisis is not absolute, and some of the Supreme Court's most famous cases have involved overruling prior decisions. Still, the Court has said that departing from stare decisis is an exceptional action demanding special justification. That brings us to the recent case of Franchise Tax Board versus Hyatt. The underlying issue was whether the state courts of Nevada have the constitutional authority to hear a tort suit brought by a Nevada citizen against the state of California. Ordinarily, states have the sovereign authority to decide what suits they'll allow in their courts, so the question was whether there's something in the Constitution that prohibits states from hearing claims against other states. 40 years ago, the Supreme Court considered exactly this question and upheld these suits. In Franchise Tax Board, the Supreme Court overruled the earlier case, holding that although nothing in the Constitution explicitly addresses the issue, interstate immunity is integral to the structure of the Constitution. And what justified overruling this 40-year-old precedent? The majority explained that the historical analysis in the prior case was incorrect, and that the prior holding was an outlier when compared with more recent decisions. In other words, the majority thought the prior decision was clearly wrong. Interestingly, if you combine the two decisions and count votes, 10 justices believed that such suits are constitutional, and only 9 thought that the conclusion was wrong. So what does this mean for the future? Well, as Justice Breyer observed in his dissent, the decision can only cause one to wonder which cases the court will overrule.